Mike Tyson calls people jealous who are hating on the Jake Paul fight. He says, I'm 58 and what? I'm getting billions of views from just talking to somebody about fighting. Everybody, even most of the athletes, they're jealous. That's whack. I say in your prime, you couldn't draw 1 million people, man. What are you talking? You couldn't sell out an arena. Who at 58 can sell out an 80,000 seat arena? Their parents might not even come watch them. That's just keeping it real. They're too boring for their children to watch. It's like watching grass grow. Quick few things. When he says, I'm getting billions of views from just talking about fighting, that's one thing, Mike. We don't want to see you get hurt. It's not from jealousy. We don't want to see you go in there against a young, moralist Jake Paul who doesn't care if he knocks out an old man in front of everybody. He don't give a fuck. He really sees no issue with calling out old legends and trying to knock them out. He has no moral compass on that. He just knows views and money. So talking about fighting is one thing. I'm fine for that. Talk about fighting, do your interviews, all this stuff. Yeah, of course, it's Mike Tyson. Anybody should be lucky to, have an interview with him, to ask him a question, to hear him answer questions that maybe you've had as the audience, etc., etc. He's a walking thing of wisdom for his life and, when it comes to boxing and things like that. Okay, great. But we're talking about fighting. We're talking about actually getting in there and fighting Jake Paul. And that, to me, at 58 years old, it could go really badly. Mike Tyson has always been a fast starter. He has never been someone who could retain his gas tank into the 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 round, 11 round, 12 round. I know the fight's not going to be that long, but you get what I'm saying. Mike Tyson isn't, he's a quick starter, and he's got a short fuse, so to speak. And once that goes off, he ain't getting it again. And now at 58 years old, you have to think, okay, how much of that quick burst and explosion does he really have? How much does he have of that? You get what I'm saying? Full intensity, trying to knock someone out early and win a fight. How much does he have of that? What happens if Jake withstands it? What happens if Jake withstands it and now we're in round 3 and a 58-year-old Mike Tyson is taking big huffs and puffs and he's getting jabbed to the body and Jake's doing, the combos that he's been working on as he's been doing this endeavor for the past, 5 years now? This guy's been training seriously for 5 years. Mike Tyson's been out forever. You know what I mean? It's just one of those things. And he's 58. Like, come on, man. I understand that we want to hold Mike in a high regard and preserve that legacy, but we have to come to the understanding that he is the shadow of that legacy now. And that's no fault of his own. That's just Father Time. That's how it works. His legacy was built in when he was 20. The youngest heavyweight champion of all time, His story should not have a chapter in it where he gets knocked out by Jake Paul is my point. That's the point that I'm trying to say. He's too revered for that. He's too respected for that, and I don't think he deserves that. A lot of people in the combat sports world go out bad, and it's tough to watch. It's not fun watching someone that was so great at one point in time go out sad. So that's where I'm coming from on the jealousy angle. People aren't jealous. They just care for your legacy, and they want to preserve it to the best of, their abilities as the community and et cetera, et cetera. They don't want to see it get tarnished like many other fighters have tarnished their legacy in the past. It is what it is. He also says you couldn't sell out an arena at 58. Who could sell out an 80,000 seat arena? This is a good question. I think he has a great point for this. But at what point are you over that? At what point do you not need that anymore? That validation and that 80,000 seats, you know what I'm saying? At what point is that I'm good off that? That's kind of like a young man's ambitions, you know what I mean? Mike Tyson's been there, done that, and this is ego fuel for him. This is ego fuel, and he feels great. I mean, he's really popping his shit in this article, and yeah, that's my take on that. I think this is ego fuel for him. This is getting his dick hard, as he says, and he loves it. He loves the fact that he could say that, But I think Not that it even should matter, but I think Floyd could also do that. I think Floyd having the O and a lot of people wanting to see Floyd lose the O will always tune in. So I think Floyd is probably the only other person who at 58 could sell out 80,000 seats, you know? Yeah. If this is a real fight, it sucks. If it's not a real fight, which it could be because of the what's the word? The rules, the weird rules. If it's not a weird fight, then it could be whack. It could be really whack too, and just not worth because it's a con, right? It's a pay-per-view fight. You think you're getting a fight, and you think it's going to be something competitive, but it's not. It's just two guys carrying each other. If it's that, it's whack too, and they need to tell us so they don't rip off the people, you know? That's my take on that. But overall, yeah, I disagree with Mike Tyson. This is not a jealousy thing. This is a interesting turn. I didn't expect for Mike Tyson to turn on the people like that. He kind of lashed back at the people, and I don't think that'll work for him. I think his best attribute is that he has the people on his side. You know, people love Mike Tyson now. I think that's one of the better things he has going for him. It wasn't always like that in Mike Tyson's career. You know, he faced a lot of scrutiny in his career. Now people love him, and he just lashed at the people who really just care about his well-being and don't want to see him tarnish his legacy to Jake Paul. He doesn't deserve that chapter in his life. So that's my take on that. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. If you agree, disagree, doesn't matter. Join the discussion, follow for more, and leave a like if you enjoy the time spent. Thank you. You are all appreciated.